Welcome to the Becker County Roadshow. We continue our stories from Max Voss on the early days of Ogema.
This is my aunt here, and Harriet, and this is that block factory that made all the
blocks, sure.
The blocks for the school, and Mrs. Tenbrock's house, and the corner house. We used to have a minister, his name was Bodie, that lived in there. This is a gas station that my grandparents built in Ogema. That is the north. That's the south one. It's the north one now. Here, that's my dad. This is the original Voss house here. That was 4 miles west of town. This is Fern Canute, and this is by that. She worked for the gal and at the cafe, Grace's Cafe. This is the class of 1925 from Ogema.
It's a big class.
Yeah. This is Arnold Burdick. He was hauling mail.
But with horse.
He hauled mail from the depot in Ogema to the post office. This is the main street in Ogema.
Main Street. It was big. It was really big.
It's a bandstand, used to be in the middle of the street.
Bandstand.
And it's a flowing well, used to be in the middle of the street.
You know, I heard once that Ogema has so much water that they were thinking of piping it to Moorhead. Did you ever hear that story?
No, I heard that they were going to start a bottling plant in Ogema for cooling, cooling like pop and stuff.
Yeah, and now they found arsenic in the water, and so they have to. You get your water from White Earth.
Yeah.
It didn't
of course,
kill you,
the
though.
Arsenic never hurt us.
No, I noticed it hasn't hurt you. Do you suppose that it's sort of like many of the small towns in Becker County and across the state that the automobile and good highways was the demise of them? Farming changed too. You don't have a lot of dairy farms up here anymore, do you? Or what they call Noah Ark farms.
And I think a lot of things that changed a small town was the milk trucks, cream trucks. Farmers used to have to come to town and bring their cream and their stuff in. And first thing they got a milk truck, and the milk truck it had butter on it and it had ice cream on it and stuff. Well, and the farmers never come to town, see. Mm-hmm. Still today in a small town, I think the most important days in a small town are the first 3 days of the month, because you get the ADC checks, you get the veterans pensions, and you get the Social Security checks. So all the farmers, everybody comes into town then. That's usually the busiest time.
Now, the train came through, and they had a depot with passenger train also?
Yes, there's a passenger train, and there was a freight. They had freight on it, and it just had a caboose for the passengers.
Oh, sure.
They sat in there, and it was straight west of the town of Ogema. Between the two gas stations, a road that went to the west about a quarter of a mile, and then went back to the north, and it was right in there. And the section house was in there too. They had.
Okay.
You could see that in the pictures. There's a bunch of guys that are on the section crew in there in Ogema.
Well,
they had what they call a midnight flyer. Used to come in at midnight.
Really?
Some of them get off the train at midnight.
Well, you know, Max, thank you so much. And you do have a lot of history, and it was just a joy.
Well, I got a lot of it. If you want to read it there, you could read for quite a while. It'll be on a table at Ogema for
Ogema days.
And they're going to have a little museum down there, and then they're going to have kind of a display on. They ask if you take a table. Well, all that stuff will be on a table, and some of that stuff now I see. It's records now when Mrs. Casper's, Casper's mother and dad were married. Herman Canute married him, and she said she didn't know where they were married at, but they were married right in by the Justice of the Peace.
Yeah.
That's in there. And some of them people that want some of that stuff can have it afterwards, because I ain't gonna be around here 25 years from now.
Oh, but you're going to be mic'd. You're going to have a mic on,
Yeah,
and I'm going to come back
they
and
can
ask
call
you.
and ask me if they can have it.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. You know, I've heard so much about you, and I was just, my life is richer by having met
Oh
you.
boy, I'll bet you mine is too.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.